friends, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel, Sarah's Hearts Home. I'm so glad that you all are here today. I am going to show you my pantry, my canning pantry tour today. I'm so excited. I have been working all summer long on this project and it just feels so good to have it all full of home canned products, and I am just thrilled to show you guys the fruits of our labors here on our little homestead in Tennessee. If you're new here, I am a homeschooling mom of 4. We live on a hobby farm here in Tennessee and grow a garden. Next year, hopefully it'll be even bigger. As the children grow older, it tends to get a little bit easier to handle all of the income from the garden. So anyways, let's check out the canning pantry, shall we? I think the biggest thing to keep in mind as we go tour the pantry here is that this canning pantry is always changing and evolving as time goes on. So it looks like this now, but in a week or two, there may be less things in there because we've eaten them, or there may be more things because I've canned more things, or because we've gotten an order in on something. So just keep that in mind, that with a canning pantry, it's always changing and evolving, and it never looks quite the same. Case in point, I'm wanting to can some more cranberry juice soon, but cranberries won't be in until November, and this is the very end of September as I'm filming this. I also may get some more apples, and if I do so, I may can a little bit of apple pie filling. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how time allows. I've been very busy all summer canning and doing all the things, and it may be time to move into another season. We'll see. All right, let's go see what we've got in there. This is my little pantry closet. It's actually right off my bedroom. When we remodeled a few years ago, we added this closet and we just put all of these shelving units in. I'm pretty sure we got them from Sam's Club. You can adjust the shelf height, which honestly could be done more, but that's what it is now, so we'll leave it at that. So as we walk in the door, now I also have bulk foods in here as well. So it's canning / bulk foods, and then also my big pans, and I have my soap making supplies, which are going to come in clutch very soon because we'll have fall and Christmas and all the things coming out very soon. All right, let's start here at the very beginning. Way up at the top, I do have like pectin and kosher canning salt and things like that in that little tub up there. I also have my roasting pan for making sauce, and then a bunch of lunch boxes. All right, and a bunch of garden seeds. I keep them in here because I can keep it fairly cool in this room year-round. Alrighty, we've got all kinds of wonderful jam. I have got blackberry, raspberry, blueberry, peach, apple butter, what else? Did I say strawberry? Here's peach jam. Oh my goodness, so good. I had it all really organized, and then I decided that I didn't want to stack my jars at all. I probably could if I had a piece of cardboard over the top to kind of take the pressure off the lid, but I didn't want to have any chance of all of this wonderful work going to waste. So anyway, yeah, we'll go over some of the numbers that I canned after I've showed you everything in here. But yeah, you can see this is raspberry, apple butter, the peach, I believe this one that I showed you was blackberry. Yeah, anyway, okay, so all kinds of jam. Then we've got applesauce. I've got all kinds of it there. and then it didn't all fit because I believe I canned 72 quarts of applesauce, so there's more over on this side as well. Then we have our lemon garlic dill pickles. These are so delicious. Absolutely love them. They're nice and crisp. We only processed them for 5 minutes in a water bath, and so they're nice and crisp. I did do some jars of cowboy candy. Basically, this is just candied jalapenos, and you can put them on top of cream cheese. Yeah, really yummy, or on top of maybe a burger. Also have a bunch of dilly beans. I have some more in my kitchen cupboard, but anyway, bunch of dilly beans. We have some canned pickled okra. And then this is what I have left of cranberry juice. Now that we're pretty close to season, we can start using this. I want to have enough that I don't feel like I have to conserve it so heavily. But yeah, I have a video on how I did this last winter. It's so easy. It's just water and some sugar and cranberries, and then you water bath it for probably, I think it was 20 minutes. But anyway, so that is delicious with like Sprite. And a holiday punch. And then moving over here, I just have a bunch of herbs. One thing that I would like to do moving forward is to really just take this whole herb area and organize it. I want things in nice jars and labeled. I have some more over here. In fact, if you watched a couple videos ago, we made chai tea base, and I have all my chai herbs, and I'll be making vanilla very soon, and so I have my pop-top bottles, flip-top bottles for that. I also have glycerin for making tinctures, and then I have a whole bunch of oil. A lot of this is for soap making, which is coming right up. I'll be using this olive oil, canola oil, shea butter, and coconut oil. So I have that. It's coming. But anyway, this is what I've got so far. And also for cooking. So, also on this shelf is my maple syrup. This is my last jug back in the pantry from Ohio. I've got 3 more gallons, I think it is, of syrup coming, and it's Pennsylvania maple syrup, and I'll be picking it up next week. So the syrup area will be fully stocked and loaded till next syrup season. Alright, so that pretty well covers that shelf. And up there is just lots of storage and, you know, just different things. Big, like cake stands and cherry pitters and things like that. Okay, mostly I do not have store-bought cans back here. Some exceptions. I have all my pumpkin in here, which it goes quite deep. I don't even know how many cans deep. Maybe 6 cans deep. So I've got a bunch of pumpkin, and then I've got peaches. I just want you to take a notice of this. This is last year's peaches. Look how brown they turned. I believe I just used some lemon juice in here. These ones I used citric acid. You can just get it in the canning area of your grocery store, but look how much nicer and brighter the peaches stayed using citric acid. So I will definitely be doing that again. I think it was just like Keep Fresh or something. I'll see if I can find it, if I remember. Alright, we've kind of talked about all of the jams, but I also made my own chocolate syrup. This can be used over ice cream. One of these will do half a gallon of chocolate milk. So these are just the little jars. So what would that be? About a half cup or so. And so, yeah, I canned a bunch of that. It was super duper easy to can. And it's going to be really convenient for making hot chocolate, chocolate milk, yeah, like I said, serving over brownies or whatever. So you can see all the jam in here. There's so much jam. Mostly I did the jam in these jelly jars. But I did a few, like this is apple butter in a pint jar. And then I still had, and I have some up front in the kitchen as well. This is some honey, local honey from somebody. I do have some jams from like Aldi or whatever in here, and also in my kitchen. But anyways, all the peach jam, just love that. Just looks so pretty. It just makes me happy to see all of that goodness all stored up. Moving over here on across, I just have a whole bunch of pasta mostly, and like some, I use this in different vegetarian loaves that I make, but mostly it's pasta, some onion soup mix, I don't know, there's stuff in behind here, chips, and apparently these are a necessity. I do get the powdered mashed potatoes. I use them, sorry, it's not, it's a little dark, but I get them. This is my extra stores of that. I use them in my bread recipe actually. So, shortening, and then just crackers and chips. Just a few snack things that I kind of just want to keep back here and we don't need up front. Alright, there's my food saver and some plastic cups like for drinks on the go or whatever. Honestly, I need to use my food saver more than I do, but there it sits. Maybe next year's goal is to use the food saver more, huh? And then my fermenting crocks for like sauerkraut and pickles. Alright, moving down here, this is my most recent canned item. We have all 6 pints. I did not have any more jelly jars left, otherwise I would have had, what, 12? 12 jars of jam, of grape jam. This is grape jam. So I took leftover, like thick pulp juice from canning the grape juice here and turned it into grape jam. It tastes delicious. Oh my goodness. Here is our fresh grape juice. Next year I would love to have a steam juicer. You guys, it was a mess to make it in the Victoria strainer. I've also done the whole grape method where you put about 2 cups of grapes in, and I think it's a 1/3 cup of sugar and then the rest water. But then you're dealing with straining it off and it's just such a hassle. So I don't know. We did it like this. We got 17 quarts out of 2 bushels of grapes. I wasn't too thrilled with that just because of all the mess. But this stuff is liquid gold and I can dilute it. So basically 2 quarts of juice to 1 quart. So in other words, I can get I can add a quart of water to the quart of juice and it's good. Alright, paper products and the ever necessary graham crackers. I use graham crackers in my granola. It's just really good. And then of course we have to have mac and cheese, I guess. I don't know. I don't buy this stuff, honestly. I mean, I might buy a box or 2 here and there, but I don't buy cases. That's kind of makes deal. That's all good. I've got black beans. It's a whole box full of black beans and pinto beans, and I use them, you know, in a crock pot to can beans, or I mean to cook beans, or I can them. Also have, I'm sorry, come on, focus. Alrighty, we also have black beans and just some bulk grains. This was just a Rural King find honey for making granola bars or something like that. You know, it's not raw or anything, but it's honey. It'll do. Got sucanat. I need to get a refill on this, but I usually will have this completely full of sea salt. This is sweetened shredded coconut, which I also use in my granola. And then a gallon of the berry wildflower honey. This is raw and it's from Azure. A standard. These are steel cut oats for cereal. here is my garlic to plant. I think I have some more coming as well. It looks so good. I'll be planting this in my garden very soon. And then we've got navy beans for like baked beans. I've got a big container full of rotini. And then I think we just have some garbanzo beans here. And I don't know, whatever. All right, moving down to the last shelf. I've got my all-purpose flour, brown rice, white rice, quick oats, regular oats, and then extra bags of things. I've got my rolled oats, quick oats, bread flour, wheat berries. I have more wheat berries like actually in my deep freeze to keep them good. I don't really do long-term storage with the whole Mylar bags and all of that. I just have not. I don't know. We keep up with it pretty good. There's my wheat Montana. I love wheat Montana for grain. It's the Prairie Gold. And then over here I've got my bucket of natural cane sugar, and then I think I have kamut flour, I think is what it's in the bottom bucket. And then this is, I've been really happy with this. It's the Artesian Baker's Craft. I got this from Azure. It's 100% organic wheat flour, but it's like white flour. It's really good. I've been very happy with it. Okay. Moving on over, like I said, soap making supplies, big pans. That's where I keep my big cookie sheet that I use like all the time, and big pots, and my sprouter, which I need to make some more sprouts very soon, but anyway. All right, let's start up here. I've got a bunch of canned pears. They're really good. These ones here are actually off of our tree, and from last year. We actually don't have too many left, but this year we just didn't really have very many pears. So that was sad. I've got these carrots, which that was a smaller jar, but anyway, bunch of canned carrots. These are glazed with with orange juice and brown sugar. Super good. I've got some canned corn and canned peas from the store. I've got canned, what is that, yellow squash and zucchini. And this is actually really good in soups, like a minestrone soup. Absolutely delicious. This is just some of the salsa. And down here is all the rest of the salsa. Like I said, I'll go over numbers here in a little bit, but anyway, we've got lots of canned tomatoes. I mostly dice them. A few of them, I noticed the ones where I had froze the tomatoes and then did them, did this number. They either settled or floated. The rest of them that are all fresh are excellent, but it's just interesting how that happened. But anyway, okay, I've got a bunch of canned green beans, a few from the store here that we're just using up, but how do you keep your green beans this green? The answer is a zinc tablet. It's amazing how nice and green and fresh they look for months to come. So there's a bunch of green beans in there, more green beans, and then salsa. We have the goods, folks. This salsa is so delicious. And we made a lot of it, and pretty well, I think all the ingredients other than like tomato paste would have come from our garden, and so that was really awesome. There's still some salsa from Aldi in there, and then we've got our Rotel and little cans of tomato sauce. I think there's some tomato soup back there, and green chilies, and here's just some condiments, you know, mayonnaise, all that sort of thing. And then another newer canned item, ketchup. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm sure you've seen this. You may have even seen it on a video. I can't remember if I did a video on it or not. But anyway, I've got a bunch of ketchup. And then I've got some canned beans. I want to work on my canning bean skills. Basically, I just have not gotten it to where I really like it yet. You know, I want a nice saucy bean, and I just have not achieved that quite yet, but anyway. And then moving on, we have home canned broth. Yeah, whole bunch of broth here. Moving down, this was something at a scratch and dent store, I think. I'm not keen on this, but we've got a few cans left, and it's still good to like 2024, so we'll just add it in here and there to some chili. Alrighty. Huh. Well, I've got a can of tomatoes here for some reason. Maybe it didn't fit over there. Anyway, tons of home canned pasta sauce. Look at all the pasta sauce. So much. It's so good. So good. And down here, I guess I had some more canned tomatoes. I also canned cherry tomatoes with like garlic and fresh basil in them. Super good, super easy. I think I just put a little bit of sugar in there. Not much, like maybe a tablespoon of sugar, a teaspoon of salt, and then a couple garlic cloves and some basil, and that'll be delicious. So yeah, I've got a bunch of chopped tomatoes, and then over here's some peanut butter. All right, we are just about done here. We've got a whole bunch of applesauce, and then all of my bulk seasonings. I get most of these from Sam's Club and then just refill them into containers in my kitchen, smaller containers. And then our last little matter of business here is buckets. This is spelt flour, so maybe that's the just Kamut to grind. Spelt flour, bread flour, wheat berries, popcorn, and ramen noodle. Well, guys, what did you think? How did we do? I'm excited. I think that it is looking pretty awesome. Like I said, I'm going to be canning some more cranberry juice, possibly some more apple pie filling. I don't know if I'm going to, well, some apple pie filling. I wanted to do some, but then I wanted a certain amount of applesauce, and we just didn't really have enough, and I don't think I had enough jars at the time, and all that kind of stuff. So I sort of just quit at that point. Also, the kids absolutely love dried apples, and I did a bunch of them, but they'd like me to do more because they're like eating them up like candy. So I'd like to do that. I'd also like to make some fruit leather in my dehydrator, apples or berries or whatever. So let's see, what else do we have in terms of food storage right now put up for the winter? I did tons of corn. It's not on the shelves. I did can some corn last year, but this year I just put it all in the freezer. So I have so much corn in the freezer, so much sweet corn. And I also have, I think I did 80 pounds of blueberries this year, I think. I'm pretty sure it was 80. And they are in the freezer as well. I did use some to make my blueberry jam. But yeah, that's in the freezer. There's some peaches in the freezer as well. Had a bit of a canning catastrophe with some lids right at the very beginning of canning season when I was doing some peaches. And so they didn't seal, and I ended up just popping them in the freezer. And then I pulled out a couple of bags to make peach jam. It's so good. So glad I did that. I'm trying to think of what else. There's, you know, grain in the freezer and just other things like that. But in terms of, oh, also I took a whole bunch of like Swiss chard from the garden. It grew so well this year, and I just took it and chopped it up really good, and I put that in the freezer as well. So I can pull that out and use it in recipes or smoothies or, you know, things like that. This drawer unit here is in my kitchen, and I have all kinds of canned beans in this drawer. There's also some tomato juice. I used tomato juice to make ketchup. So a bunch of things like that in that drawer. This is my kind of vegetable drawer. There's some more dilly beans, some bread and butter pickles. Those are actually from last year, I think. And then just some corn and tomato paste. Not a whole lot in there right now. And then up here there's dried dates, a whole bunch of coconut milk, peanut butter, peanuts to make more peanut butter. So that's what's in that one. Just real quick, in the deep freeze, I do have a whole bunch of homemade bread in here. Kind of try to keep it stocked up a little bit. Here's some of the corn. I think I froze it in 2 or 3 cup portions, sort of like a can of corn. And then I thought I would show you guys the greens, and this is how they look. And then whenever butter is on sale, I will grab a few boxes and pop it in the freezer. It's great for baking. There's some sourdough bread, some leftover cinnamon rolls, leftover from summer. And then here are the blueberries. They do just come in these boxes, and this is how I keep them in the freezer. They keep really well. And yeah, also some fruit slush. There's strawberries in here too, somewhere. Okay, last thing I wanted to show. This is my canning and food preservation binder, and I just like to put in recipes in here that I want to use. This here, I can actually, it's not a canning recipe, but I can use this recipe with my home canned tomatoes to make tomato soup. It's really good. I've got my blue book, and then I've got my whole canning thing written here. Isn't it pretty? This is what I'm wanting to do for canned apples. And then my glazed carrot recipe. Salsa. Here's a ranch dip recipe that I use. Let me see here. What else did I do? Oh, flavored salt. I've got some of that. Dilly beans, applesauce, green beans, grape juice, peaches, the cranberry juice. I use 1.5 cups of cranberries, 1/2 cup of sugar, and the water. So that was how to do that. The canned chunk tomatoes with the basil and garlic. Homemade taco seasoning. This is my apple butter recipe. Some freezer pickles, refrigerator pickles. This is my lemon juice, dill pickles. This was my spaghetti sauce that I used. Cowboy candy. What's it called? The chocolate syrup that I did. And then how to can it was in the comments, and then how to can it was in the comments. Anyway, I need to add my ketchup recipe in here, but I just try to have it all together. That way I know what I like and I have it all in a binder. All right, let's talk about numbers here. All right, I had to switch batteries out real quick. All right, so canning 2023 pasta sauce. I did 56 quarts of pasta sauce. Pickles, I did 28 quarts. Salsa, I did 39 pints of salsa. Peaches, I did not do very many. As far as canning goes, I only canned 5 quarts. But then I made a bunch of peach jelly and I stuck some in the freezer too. So it just wasn't, peaches are really expensive this year, so I just didn't put the money into it. Green beans, I did 18 quarts of green beans. Not that many there again, but I did not grow enough green beans. So next year, do more green beans. Diced tomatoes, I did 37 quarts of diced tomatoes. The carrots was a new recipe. I wanted to try it out, see how we liked it. I only did 9 quarts of them. And I can do more later. You can get carrots. You can can them if you want to. All right, applesauce, 72 quarts of applesauce. And you know, I want to write down, well, I can't find a pen at the moment. I want to write down how many bushels of apples I did. So I think I used around 5 bushels of apples. I got 6 bushels of apples, but I didn't use I didn't use them all. So I think 5 bushels of apples, I got 72 quarts of applesauce. All right, ketchup. I got 20 pints of ketchup. Grape juice, 17 quarts. That was out of 2 bushels of grapes. Like I said, wasn't thrilled, but maybe that's fine. I don't know. All right, jam. I did 16 jars of peach jam, 10 of blueberry, 11 of raspberry, 10 blackberry, 10 strawberry, 14 apple butter, and 6 pints of grape jam. So I did not write down how many bags of corn. I did a lot of corn. I did not write down how many I did though, to be honest. I think I might have done about 16 dozen ears of corn, but I don't know how many bags I got. That was something I didn't write down. But that was the canning saga. Did I can anything other than that? I think I've written down everything I've canned. So I didn't write down broth or whatever, but that's kind of a rotating sort of a thing. But anyway, guys, that wraps up today's video, I think. I'm so excited that I got to share with you all everything that we've been working on this summer, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it was inspiring to you. Let me know down below in the comments, what's your favorite thing to can or to have on hand? Do you have a favorite recipe that you want to share with me that I need to can next year? Let me know in the comments down below. And well, guys, that is going to conclude today's video. Hope you all have a very blessed day, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye, friends. And wait, there's more. I told you the pantry is going to be ever changing, but before this video is going out, I also have home canned V8 juice. You guys, this is so good. Loaded full of veggies. So I wanted to do a trial on this and see how we liked it. It makes a great base for tomato soup. I just did 8 quarts of it. That was it for now. But I love it. It is delicious. So I'll probably do more, maybe not this year, y'all, but this is definitely a recipe that I want to keep on hand. Also, I did some sweet peppers. These are just those little lunchbox peppers. I've had so many of them in my garden, and so they just kind of keep coming and coming. So I made a brine. It is basically like, like sugar, vinegar, that sort of thing. So kind of like a sweet dill sort of thing, but there's no dill in it. So there's sweet peppers, and I did several pints of those. There again, not sure how much we'll use them, but it's fun. Also canned a bunch more broth. And we got our maple syrup restocked today. Well, not the today you're watching, but I did get my maple syrup restocked. And also another bag of my organic sugarcane natural that I use. So there's that. Also, something more to look forward to, guys, is I'm going to be making my fall and winter soaps. These will be probably good for the whole winter and spring season because I've got different scents for different times, but I'm really excited. So I've got my fragrances and my oils, and I'm ready to soap as soon as I have the time to do so. Anyways, I just thought it would be fun to update you guys on what I've got. I also have some more apples coming in, like Fuji and Honey Crisp and Crimson Crisp. They're from Pennsylvania, and they'll be coming in soon. Probably by the time you watch this, I'll have those. We can eat them, we can juice them, we can do all the things. And I did order the steam juicer, and I'm so excited because I got the notification today, as of today, that it's on its way. So I'm super excited to try like steaming the apples and making some fresh apple juice. That would be a lot of fun. Anyway, the rest, I do have some apples that I need to put in the dehydrator and dry, but the preservation year is winding down, and pretty much I'm just going to be doing cranberries. I forgot to get my Azure order in. Sometimes I'll just get the cranberries on azure.com because they're pretty cheap on there. I can get a case of them frozen and just do it up, or I can get them cheap here in just a few weeks because it'll be like cranberry season. So anyway, like I said, I will be doing cranberry juice as well, but other than that, we're probably pretty well through with canning. Like I said, it's ever changing, ever evolving, and it's so much fun. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and all the little updates along the way. And yes, I'm just excited to hear below from you what some of your favorite things are to can, or what you've canned this season. All right, we'll see you next time. For real this time.